What is up, everybody? My name is Creature Play and welcome to my newest video. Today I am going to be doing the first video in a new series I'm going to be trying out. When I started this YouTube channel, I wanted to kind of do things that I haven't seen other reviewers do just to kind of stick out, and this was one of the things that I came up with. I always see on the boards, people asking, is it worth upgrading from this player to this player, their 88 to their 93, etc. And today, the first video I'm going to be doing that on is David Johnson. I see a lot of people ask, is it worth upgrading from his 91 to his 95? He's got two different cards that most people are referring to, obviously. He's got this Team of the Week 91 overall, and then he's got this 95 all-rookie card that just came out, I want to say a week or two ago. And to be honest, there really isn't that much of a stat differential between the two, considering there's 4 points overall difference. Like the important stats like speed, he's got one difference. Acceleration, I think there's only one as well. Carrying, there's two. Basically, the important stats that everybody cares about, they're really only different by 1 point, or two at the most if you go look deeper into the card. Today is March 12th, it's a Saturday, and the average price for the two, 30 to 140k on PlayStation 4, and on Xbox One, 130 to 27,000. So it is a pretty big price jump, and that's why I wanted to do this, so you could decide for yourself. So I tried to do this as as controlled and as fair and as consistent as possible. I also want to give a shout out to Dalboon. He helped me do a lot of these. But basically what I'm going to be doing this entire video is I'm going to be using the 91. I'm going to be doing the same situation with him a few times, and then immediately after I'm going to use the 95 Johnson and do the same exact plays or situations. Now Dalboon, I specifically told him, play against me, as if we're playing head-to-head, because we were kind of just labbing, but it was for the sake of testing. But he is still using his real team. He's got crazy defense, it's pretty stacked, and he was playing against me as if we were in a normal competitive head-to-head game, so it was fair all across the board. So using Johnson in game, he's pretty fair, he's a pretty well balanced back. He's great at speed on the outside. As you can see on these tosses, he's got great acceleration, which helps him get around everything. His speed is also 96 on the lowest card and the 97 on the higher card. Using him, I can say that I did not feel a difference at all between the acceleration or speed difference between the two, and he felt exactly the same on tosses and outside pitches when I was using him. For running up the gut and stuff up the middle, like you see with this trap, he breaks a fair amount of tackles and he's very good at trucking. But again, the 91 and the 95 performed pretty much identical, and actually I felt like sometimes the 91 performed a little better for some reason, but obviously I'm sure it was just situational, the defense was lined up differently or whatnot. But my point is that they played exactly the same. And I'm not so much doing a review on this card per se or this player, but I can just say overall that he is great at trucking. He breaks tons of tackles, he can stiff arm, he can juke really nicely, but his strengths really just lie in exactly that, his strength. He is really strong. He falls forward almost every single time he runs. If he gets tackled by three guys in the middle, he still will fight for those extra yards. I don't know if he has that trait, but he definitely plays like he does. Here we're coming up to trucking. This is what I think he does best out of every single thing. This is where he breaks the most tackles as well. He breaks a fair amount just by himself, so even if you're not stiff arming or trucking, he's going to still break a lot of tackles. But if you actually truck with him, it'll increase your success probably threefold at least. Again, although he is fantastic at this, the difference between the 91 and the 95 I could not see at all. They both broke crazy tackles, they both got crazy animations, and I didn't feel a difference at all between the two in trucking. And as I'm sure you're slowly realizing as this video is progressing, my overall summation of him is really just that I didn't see a difference really between the two at all. To be honest, I had to check every single time, like when they would get subbed out, because I couldn't tell who was in because they played exactly the same. Here we're coming up to passing. I wanted to get a couple passes in. I have a lot of clips that I didn't put in just for time's sake, but I can sum up that really quickly as well. If you throw to him around 10 to 15 yards or less, he has a great chance of catching it. Any more than that, and his chances go down substantially. Also, if you throw it to him anywhere near traffic, he will almost always drop the ball. So if you see him on a quick out and he's by himself, toss it to him. But as you can see right there, he does not hold on to the ball even if there's like one person around him. Stiff arming is what I did next. They both stiff arm pretty well. They don't get crazy animations like Bo would, but they do get that animation that you're seeing right there where he still gets an extra 4 or 5 yards that you wouldn't have gotten. But again, the 91 does it exactly the same as the 95. So the difference right there was, again, not noticeable at all. But I was trying really hard to try to find some sort of difference with them. Like, I even did stuff like this where I purposely was getting sacked. I was trying to just have my line hold as long as possible. If you can see, I put Johnson on a pass block, and you can see he holds pretty great. His stat is kind of low, but I feel he blocks a little higher than what his stat would indicate. But once again, no difference between the 91 and the 95. So my overall, report on this is they both are awesome running backs. Depending on what your overall is, they would make a solid 1 or a solid 2. The only reason I could see anybody actually getting the 95 would be either for style reasons, if you really need that to boost you up over, 60 or 90, or if you really care about your overall. But at the end of the day, I really see no point in spending that crazy amount of coins on the difference between the two when I was trying very hard to find a difference and there wasn't one. So I hope you guys like this. I'm probably going to be doing this once a week as well, as I already do my player reviews. If you guys liked it, please subscribe, leave a comment if you have any suggestions or if you want to see anything else. As always, take care. See you later.